Sabres are up 2-0, Evan.
The Pens kind of low-key suck this year, don't they?
A little bit. They've been really beat up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go up and down.
Oh, Ty. What I was gonna tell you before we started, so the itinerary for the golf trip kind of changed a little bit, just because it's literally gonna be like $1,100 or $1,200 for like 4 days to go to Whistling Straits, and you play less golf. So I'll send you a link to the place. It's called Forest Dunes.
Yep.
You should look it up.
No free promotions.
No free promotions, but
unless you want to promote us, because they promote foreplay and no laying up.
Yeah. So, anyways,
we'll get there.
Let's get 400,000 followers on Twitter for no laying up, and then we'll get there. Anyways, though, like Forest Dunes, I don't know where it is ranked in the top 100 public courses, but I know it's ranked fairly high. But then
Top
they have
50.
a golf course that they just built like 4 or 5 years ago. It's called the Loop. It has 18 holes in the ground, 18 greens, but you play it forward, and then the next day you play it backwards.
I fuck with it.
It's a reverse golf course. You play it twice.
Is it that one that Riggs went to that's in the figure 8?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So.
I would definitely play that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that I already got a quote for it, $750.
That's fine. I mean, I don't really give a shit if it's inside of 9 months. I will have to make sure that it's around when I can do my ARD program.
The cottages that will stay on are right on the lake.
Even better.
Yeah.
And they have a par 3 course. They have a putting course, and they call their parking lot the Atlantic Ocean because one side of it is like northeast golf, like Parkland style, like green, lush. And then that loop course is straight link style, like literally in Europe. They said it's the closest. There's only 2 courses on the United States that are as close to link style golf as you can get to, and that's one of them. So it's completely different.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it.
I already have dates mapped out for that price. So the one thing that sucks, you can't go during the summer because it's literally $70 more a round of golf in the summer.
Which makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense, right? We're not doing that. We're not going to pay an extra $300 to play golf in the summer where you can just go in May. In May 12th through the 15th, it's a Thursday through Sunday.
Okay.
Would be when we would go. We'd get there Thursday afternoon, and then we play the par 3 course on Thursday, 36 on Friday, 18 on Saturday, and then if anyone wants to play another 18 Saturday, then they can. It's up to them.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, wake up, kind of roll out.
Yeah, whatever. That works for me.
Yeah. I just wanted to give you a heads up because I got the quote yesterday, and I just wanted to tell you it was easier to tell you in person.
It's gonna be right when the crappies are running too, so we'll be able to catch our own.
I mean, right now, so if we get 12 guys, it's $750 a piece. If we get 8 guys, it's $850. So it's $100 difference.
That's fine.
It's not a big deal, but
Okay, yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's just once a month I have to do a class. So
yeah, all I know is I'm pretty sure
I'll know more in a couple weeks.
Yeah, all I know is the people who I know are going are me, Cal, my dad, Levi, you, Evan's in the air. Peyton said he's in as long as like nothing drastic happens with his kid, obviously leading up to it.
Nolan,
I haven't talked to Nolan yet. Talked to Josh Cooney. He was in, but then he's out because he's going to what country, Cal? I can't remember. He's going to a foreign country, literally on a vacation 2 weeks before it, so he can't do it.
Okay.
And then
yeah, I mean the only thing I'm really doing in the summer, well, it's February. I'm going to Arizona for a bachelor party and playing golf. But other than that,
this is in May, so yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's 2 months out. So
yeah, we want to ask John Ogden because we think John Ogden would be a fucking shit ton of fun to go.
He would get so hammered. I feel like
we're thinking about asking Billy.
When was the last time John Ogden went on a board? Like, on a legit.
Yeah, I think Billy would love it because he's been wanting to play more golf and like to go on a golf trip like this. I think he'll be like.
The thing is, like 2 years ago when we went to the Smoky Mountains and me, him, Caleb, and Wes played, or not Wes, Johnny, sorry. No, he was jacked about the whole thing. we only played one day, but he was like, I will go play tomorrow if you want. I was like, you don't have to twist my arm. You got to convince these three.
Yeah.
Who, Ogden? You talking about Ogden?
No, Billy.
Ripple.
Oh, Billy. Yeah, I mean, I want to ask Billy. I haven't talked to him in almost a week now. So.
I mean, we know he has enough money.
That's what I said. He's plenty. I mean, he can play for all of us.
But I think that's a pretty cheap deal for. It's $135 if you just went there and played one round of golf. So
yeah, no, again, like I'm paying. I think it's $1,100 for this thing in February. So
right, yeah. So obviously it's gonna be more for you because you got to fly.
It might not be though.
It's not gonna be a ton.
It might not be.
It might not be that bad, but I mean, it's gonna be like we got to drive. So
Levi's gonna fly too, obviously.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's really not gonna be that bad.
Levi should honestly fly to Cleveland and us pick him up in Cleveland.
Yeah,
that's what Levi should do.
I think, honest to God, the most expensive part for me will be renting a vehicle.
I mean, yeah, but you could also fly to Cleveland and we pick you up too.
Pick you up.
Good.
Like, even if you flew to Cleveland and you have to be in the car for 4 hours, like, it sucks. Like, what I mean.
That's what I had to do when we went to North Carolina for that trip was I flew into Georgia and then me and Johnny drove 3 hours to fucking the Smoky Mountains.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, we can do that. Like, even if we got to drive through Chicago. If we got to pick you up at the Chicago airport, no matter what, that's easy.
I would not make you guys drive into O'Hare. Not fucking shit.
I have no hair.
Listen, I've been there one time, and it's literally the fucking craziest airport I've ever been to.
Dog, I will never make my friends go to an airport they don't have.
I would agree.
O'Hare?
Shit's straight up the worst.
O'Hare,
even LAX, dude.
Atlanta,
LAX was a fucking
Atlanta's airport is really bad too.
The two most intense airports I've been in.
Yeah, no. Like when I come home, I gotta go.
Atlanta was pretty bad for me.
In fucking Dallas.
Atlanta was pretty rough.
Dallas is pretty busy. O'Hare is very busy. O'Hare is definitely the busiest I've ever been to because it's so small.
The one in Atlanta
and it's the smack middle of fucking the U.S.
One time when Cal and I flew back for the holiday when we lived in Florida, we had to fly out of West Palm at like 3:30, and we had to go to Georgia. It was like an hour, not even an hour.
Fort Lauderdale to Georgia. Wasn't even an hour flight. Had a layover, landed, and we were like just chilling, waiting for our flight. I think it was at like 7 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
And Chipotle is open 24 hours at that airport, and I got a burrito at 5 a.m.
Yeah, after you eat a breakfast sandwich.
Dude, I have to get to my flight leaves at 7 a.m. I got to get there at like 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have an hour layover, and it's just gonna be a shit show.
Yep.
Speaking of shit shows, welcome to our show.
Good intro. This is episode 45 of the Just Us Guys podcast. If you haven't gone and liked our YouTube channel yet, go search Just Us Guys podcast on YouTube. We have our own channel. We're going to be posting shorts, some live streams. If anything happens, we can do emergency press conferences. Go follow it there. Also follow our Twitter. But yeah, this is episode 45. How was the weekend, everyone?
Good weekend.
Can't complain.
Not bad. Just worked, and then I had to work, and then played some. And played some video games and did nothing. Kind of nice.
I had to go to a Friendsgiving.
Already?
Yep.
Nice.
Is that our title, Cade, for the episode? We have a new channel.
Yeah, it works. That's what I think I named episode 44. So
I'll change it right now.
Sunday I went to a Broncos game. Saturday I played video games
as well. So we're episode 45.
Yep.
Watch little fights.
Yeah, watch some fights. What else? Today I became part owner of the Packers, so that was cool.
Yo, shout out you, Ty.
Yep. It was a fat 300 bones right down. The 335. There's $35 for shipping and handling.
I mean, if you ask me, it was worth every penny.
No, it is, because it's going to go right here and never leave this wall until I move.
What's it going to...
Can someone change it for me? Because my screen's all jaggedy.
It is a certificate. So when you buy into the Packers, it is... you get a Calla. You got that? You got the change?
I'm sharing.
Okay.
Stuff.
No. So when you buy into the Packers, you just basically get a certificate that says you are part owner of the Packers. You are an owner of the Packers. Technically have a share of them, and you get basically exclusive merch that only shareholders can get. And technically I get to vote on, renovations for the stadium, anything that is proposed in that regard, and I can actually attend shareholders meetings in the spring. I don't think I'll be doing that, but maybe.
One day, maybe.
Yeah, one day maybe.
It'd be sweet if you got like priority on seats, on tickets and stuff.
That would also be cool, but I'm pretty sure that season tickets are out for like 40 years for the Packers.
Yeah,
so-
I'm not even like season ticket. I'm talking about just in general, like every
Mm.
game by game basis. Like if you go in and you want to select a game, it says like it gives you like a drop down that says part owner, and
Yeah.
you log it in and be like,
Yeah,
all right,
give me
here's
your
the season you can have.
give me your owner ID, and then like it
Yeah.
has an ID
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, I'd be here for it.
and you get 20% off a ticket, like or like something like that, 10%. Who knows?
No, I'd be okay with that.
Ty, I'm getting irate over here.
Why? What are you doing?
The game started, but it won't work for me.
I haven't even tried, so.
I swear. Like, I'm not stupid. I know how to pirate.
No, I'm sure you're doing it right. It might just be that none of the links are working.
Might not be broadcasted. I mean, it is in Charleston, South Carolina.
That is possible. But yeah, all right, cool. Evan, how was your weekend? Did you do anything fun? Other
Nothing
than
really on
watch some
Saturday.
fights?
Watched fights, and then I went home on Sunday for my grandma's birthday party.
Nice.
That was about it.
Everyone
Sick.
drop in the hey, everyone in the comments, wish Evan's grandmother a happy birthday.
Number 82.
Straight up.
80 dose. That's
My
a grandma
birthday's in
bet.
2
Grandma
weeks,
bet.
boys.
Grandma bet.
It is. I'll be home.
Yeah, you
Turned
will.
95
You
last
will.
week or 2 weeks ago.
Grandma Betty.
Crazy. Yeah, Grandma Betty turned 95 2 weeks ago. Nuts.
She's just out here vibing with the boys.
Did you guys see
All
that?
right.
Did you guys see that? The oldest World War II vet turned 112 the other day,
No, but that's awesome.
Really?
and he said the only way he's like, when I die, the only thing I want to be remembered as is a good soldier. That's what he said.
Sounds about right.
Crazy.
My grandpa served in World War II.
And just because of what the World War was about and everything, shout out to him. He was an African American. Respect. It's crazy
Yeah.
during that time.
Times were different back then.
Oh,
not
for
much
sure.
different. Not much
Times were
different.
very different.
But
But they're not different
yeah.
now, Cal. What's your question? What? Because I can only imagine.
my question, I had two of them that I had written down for today, but I'm only gonna do one just because but this one's sports related, so I'm gonna do that one. Would you guys rather? So it's a would you rather type question. Would you rather be a genius and know everything, okay, or be elite in every single sport you play? You pick up a sport and you're elite automatically.
I would rather
I'd
be
rather be a
elite
genius.
because straight up, if I know too much, like I immediately just default to being depressed.
Well,
so I'll just be elite.
you're gonna know the meaning
wanna
of
be elite
life. You're gonna
athlete for
know
sure.
like
Yeah,
Big
I'd
dumb
rather be
dumb.
elite.
Big
Like
dumb
ignorance
dumb.
is bliss to an extent. That really is true. Like I would rather not be intelligent to the point of being like the world's smartest person to ever exist because I would
Yeah.
genuinely just have so much self dread it would be absurd.
yeah.
Yes. You would
I
have
know,
trouble
it'd
if
be
you would have trouble understanding what cannot be understood.
No, I mean you're going to be able to explain things in in some capacity to whoever, but it's just knowing the answers to all of these things. Like ultimately, the sun is going to burn out, and every life on Earth is going to cease to exist. Earth is going to cease to exist. That is something that can cause anxiety in people. Now, ultimately, that's billions and billions and billions of years away, but still, it's one of those things. Like knowing the answer to everything would just be so
It's traumatizing for sure.
depressing.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Timmy.
I learned today that if the sun burnt out right now, we wouldn't know for 8 minutes.
Yep, it would be 8 minutes.
It takes 8 minutes for us light to travel, the sunlight to travel to the world. We wouldn't know for 8 minutes, and we wouldn't get pulled out of gravitational orbit for 8 minutes either.
No, everything would fall into utter disarray as the solar light was getting here. Like if it just went like that and went out like a light bulb or something, yeah, it would just turn into pitch black, and there would just be total disarray for the foreseeable future until we went into a straight up. We would just start floating through space, and then it would get cold, and we would all
probably
die.
have tsunamis and all that kind of stuff.
No,
because-
everything would just
Yeah.
get broken.
Well, gravity
Yeah.
would
And
just
then
fucking
it would-
not cease to exist anymore.
Yeah,
No,
we'd be
we would still
sticking
have
to
the moon, but
floor.
more than likely, without the force of the sun pulling on the moon would just come into us.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
Yeah, no, it's
Us.
death.
Hey
Yeah.
Ty,
Yo,
you wanna know how stupid I am?
so
UNC's playing on CBS on YouTube TV.
Okay, even better then.
No, I think the world would just kind of like slowly fall apart. Like the atmosphere, there would be no.
It honestly
atmosphere.
wouldn't be slowly. After that 8 minutes, it would just be straight almost.
No, it would turn into chaos. Everything like it would literally be dark. The moon would fall out of orbit.
Everything would freeze.
Like everything would eventually freeze. That would take a little bit of time because we do have the ozone. No, it would just knowing everything would be such. Like it's not all it's cracked up to be. You're just going to be filled with existential dread the entire time.
It's a blessing and a curse. Really.
No, it absolutely is.
Cal's being
like
a
I think
dick.
it's
He's
proven
saying
that the
he's-
smarter
Cal's
people
being a
are,
dick.
the more like susceptible they are to depression.
I know. I work. I go grind through it every single day.
Like I do genuinely think that is a thing. So yeah, no, if I could just pick up a golf club or just like be elite at golf, basketball, or football, yeah, 100% that.
Anything.
100% that.
Okay, side question: if you could be elite and know for a fact you're going to be like the best player in any league you play in, which sport are you choosing?
Golf.
Because
Probably
your
golf.
body doesn't get hurt. Your body just
Probably
doesn't get,
golf, so I don't
yeah.
have to deal with CTE.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're way less likely to tear an ACL or anything than in basketball or
Yes.
soccer.
And you make just as enough
make
money.
bank. You make bank.
and you get to decide your own schedule too.
I would
I mean,
say-
I'm sure
Okay.
I'm sure you guys
Yeah,
saw the
I like
thing
that.
how 3 of the top 4 richest people in all of sports history are golfers.
Yes.
Like adjusted for inflation, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's golf. I would be elite at golf or curling just for shits and giggles and just rock the Olympics every year. Well, every 4 years.
What kid?
I would be tough between choosing basketball or golf. I would choose golf because of the lifestyle outside of it. Like, you get to go.
Dustin Johnson is a perfect example.
You get to
for
go
me.
do a shit ton of more fun.
Kevin Kisner.
Like, you
Same
can
way.
do
Also,
a shit ton of more fun things, like being a golf pro, than you could being like a basketball player. Because, like, I mean, basketball players, like across the board, definitely make more money than NBA. I mean, NBA players across the board definitely make more money than golfers do, like by far. But the lifestyle to be the best at basketball is a lot harder than the lifestyle of golf. Like, period.
You also can play your sport leisurely, unlike the other ones.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, like basketball, like is like you said, it's a physical
Did our
grind every
stream?
day.
Did our
no
stream
matter
just
what.
drop?
What
Okay,
is?
did the stream just drop?
No, shouldn't have.
No.
Okay. It was just circling on my screen for a second.
Dude. God, please take me with your hands, because things are about to get fucking ugly.
Okay, they're playing against Charleston.
I don't care. I watch every game. I watch 36 games a year. Fucking deal with it.
Charleston.
Charles.
Granted, they almost lost the other night to
Brown.
Division
That
two.
was rough. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
that bad,
Division
but it was
two.
rough. Dude, Brown shot 50-some% of the field. I mean, like, that's how you beat a good team. It's just we scored 96 points. We're good.
Division 2.
They're a fucking Ivy League school, you idiot.
Yeah.
Like, still in basketball.
Cowed.
that's Division 2.
Syracuse was down half to an actual Division II school yesterday. Shut up.
No, they were not. Drexel is not a Division 2 school.
They're the fucking same thing as Brown, Cal.
No.
You're gonna say that Brown's a decent
Drexel
school,
was
so is
Drexel was the tournament team last year.
No, they were not, bro.
Look it up.
I just like how you just pulled that out of your ass so deep. That was in your fucking lungs. You just
Look
pulled
it
it out
up.
of your ass.
Look it up.
Please, I just want to watch it.
All right, what's the mile high question, Ty?
All right, the Mile High question this week. Sorry, I'm dealing with a couple of work things at the moment that just popped up, other than the podcast, obviously.
We don't like to call this
Yeah,
work. We
so the
like to
Mile
call
High
it
question
bonding.
this week is, it's an interesting one because it does relate to the Broncos, but I feel like it's not just this question
There's
can apply to a
multiple
lot of
teams.
this question can
Multiple
apply to a
teams.
lot of fan bases, especially this year. But the question is, with the Broncos being 5-5 and 1 game out of the AFC West lead, not just like to be in the playoffs or something, to win the division, they are 1 game out. But why does it feel so lousy for the Broncos and by extension Broncos fans? For me, there was a response that basically summed it up for me without me going super into detail about it. But because realistically, the Broncos are 2-5 because those first 3 games were more or less cakewalks. I mean, the Giants, Jets, and Jaguars have been regarded as bottom 3 teams all year. And while the Broncos did look good against them, it doesn't feel good when you get blown every other loss. Those 5 losses that they had, including the 4-game skid, those were embarrassing losses, like really bad losses. The Cleveland one, like the guys mentioned, wasn't a blowout, but in no way, shape, or form did it ever feel like the Broncos were in that game or going to win that game. So it's 5 debilitating defeats. The Cowboys one, definitely a high point, but apparently that was just lightning in a bottle because they couldn't recapture it, and it just looked bad against the Eagles. And again, yeah, you beat 3 of the most mediocre teams in the league. So I don't know. But by transitive property, because people love doing this in the NFL, Broncos beat the Jets, Jets beat the Titans, therefore Broncos best team in AFC. So
I think it has everything to do is that they had so much uncertainty going into the season with their quarterback, which one was going to play, and they started out 3-0 with the quarterback that they decided. And every fan that wasn't thinking rationally jumped out of their seat like, let's go, we're Super Bowl bound. Okay. Where rational fans or rational thinkers of sports noticed who they played and was like, okay, let's wait and see until we play a team that's actually formidable. And when they did, they lost 4 in a row. Correct. So I think that's why it feels that way, is because they were at the highest of highs starting the season. We're one of 2 or 4 teams left in the in the NFL that's undefeated after 3 weeks, and then proceeded to fall on their face. And yeah, like you said, they did look good against the Cowboys. But they followed up a stinker against the Eagles, and then the Cowboys followed up an absolute, just pure, unadulterated stomping of the Falcons.
Ass whooping
the very next week. So this year, by far, I can ever remember being an NFL football fan watching week in and week out, is by far the biggest week by week basis I've ever seen, game by game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and I think that's also why it feels that way as a lot of fans this year as well, including the Broncos, is because every week you just don't know what's going to happen.
I feel the same. The way that I think Broncos fans feel, or the way that Bills fans feel. The Bills have beaten one good team this year. They beat the Chiefs. They beat one good team. Everyone else,
the Rams.
They beat what?
The Rams have only beat one good team.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm comparing to like Denver. Denver hasn't beaten a good team yet. So like they're winning games they're supposed to win, but they're losing games that they should be competitive in.
Well, they beat the Cowboys.
Oh, they did beat the Cowboys. That is one good win. I forgot about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But they're not competitive in games that they should be competitive in, and that's the problem. Like it's the same thing with the Bills. Like I know they lost on a 1-possession game to the Tennessee, but when you get blown out, not blown out. When you lose to the Jags and it's just like ugly, and then you turn around the next week and you're just beating up on bad teams, like you don't really feel good about it because like you're like, oh wow, like we're supposed to do that. Like we're supposed to beat the bad team. Like so, I think it's like the Rams are the same way. I think there's a lot of teams that are very well like in the situation of like, man, we are still in this thing. Like the Raiders are still in this thing. But
all 4 teams. I mean, the Broncos are in last place in one game out.
Chargers,
but then you have to look at
good football the last 5
There's
weeks.
there's 3 or 4 divisions that are that way right now. At least 2.
If
at
the
least
Chargers
2.
Didn't
But
play
there's
the
like
Eagles,
3.
If the Chargers didn't play the Eagles, the Chargers might have lost 4 games in a row. Because they're 1-3 in their
possible. It's possible.
Like the way they've been playing. So like
but again, like who do we trust more? Now, like going
like,
down the stretch, who do we trust more? The Chargers or the Broncos?
The Chargers, for sure.
Chargers.
Same with the Chiefs. Like the Chiefs have been all over the place this year, but
division.
But it's still the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are going to win the division. They're going to win the division, and they're going to be probably around like the 3rd or 4th seed, and
the Raiders
probably
are
get to the AFC. They'll probably get to the AFC Championship game. They're probably going to get to the AFC Championship game. Like
they will find a way.
They'll figure it out.
The Chiefs.
They already are. I mean, last week they played really well.
The Chiefs are too good to just not make the playoffs. They're too good not to make the playoffs. Like their defense can be average and they can make the playoffs.
They have too good of coaching.
It's the same thing I said last year.
In quarterback play.
Their defense always turns in after week 10. Their defense turns into a top 5 defense, and I don't understand why.
I think they start to feel a sense of urgency, even if they're 15 and even if they're 10-1 or 10-2. I think they start to feel the urgency
Coaching
of like,
a lot,
all right,
too.
this is if the football. It's starting to get cold. Let's start to play some football. Type of thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think you can honestly look around the league right now and say this about 90% of the league, honestly, that
Yeah.
why does this season feel so weird? Like I said, the Broncos beat the Jets and then the Jets beat the Titans.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense this year.
And we've talked about it where I feel that like right now, like we've said it a couple times, that like the only team that I'm really fully confident in is the Packers. But the thing at the Packers is that yes, it was a cold Lambeau hard fought football game, but they still only scored 17 points against the Seahawks.
Without a quarterback in the room for 14 days, so
but it's still
offense didn't look good.
I understand if the quarterback in the room was like, say, Chicago, but it's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they've had this game plan with him for the last 20 years. I think
not much is going to be won by him being there. I'm sure that he was. Listen, I'm sure he was still there. Like in what you can still. I'm sure you can still WebEx meet. Like. Yeah, well, he was there, just maybe not in person.
If the Seahawks played a halfway decent game, I mean, it's a field goal game. It's 17-14. Like that's what I'm saying. Like how well their defense played against the Seahawks, they should have won like 28-0.
Well, again, if Aaron doesn't get COVID and isn't a fucking crackpot, then they beat the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
Are we gonna seriously sit here and say Aaron Rodgers against the Chiefs defense only scores 7 points? No.
Why is it giving me alerts every single time? I know, but why is it doing it? You've signed in on your laptop before.
No, I restarted it and it kicked me out. That's why.
All right. Still. Anyone have anything else to add on just the weirdness of the NFL this year and why the Broncos should? I'm not going to say feel awful. Like, yeah, it definitely sucks being 5-5 because it doesn't feel like 5-5 after starting 3-0. But again, you are in the hunt, so like I wouldn't. It's not time to burn down the ship and everything, but it doesn't feel good.
I was telling Kate, I can't remember what sports outlet put it on there, but they posted like a thing where like they had like tiers where they had like Super Bowl contenders, and it had like only 3 or 4 teams. It had like Titans, Bills, Packers, and Rams. They didn't have the Cardinals there. They had Rams.
Really?
Yeah, and then the next it had playoff bound, and it had Cardinals, Bucks, Ravens. I can't remember.
I think the Patriots look really good right now.
Yeah, but they put in the hunt, and they put the Patriots, Steelers, Bengals, a couple NFC teams. They only put Chiefs. They didn't put anyone else in the AFC West, or they didn't put the Browns in there. They didn't put anyone in there. They just they're pretty much what they were saying is they're not going off record. They're going off what they actually think the team is worth in that position of what they are, not going off record. And it was pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, but they left like 5 teams out that are only like one game back in their division.
Again, prior to this week, last week on episode 44, we talked about the playoffs a little bit. The Falcons at 4-4 were in the 7th seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
And then they just lost by 40 to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So, technically the Falcons were seeded in the 7th slot, but they're not a playoff team, not even close.
Right. Yep. Like, I think there's only I think you can only name right now, in my opinion, only 4 Super Bowl contenders in the NBA. I mean, the NFL.
In the NBA, even.
In the NFL. There's only 4, in my opinion. Like, it's probably, I think the Bills, I think the Packers, the Bucks, and I mean, honestly, I hate to say it, but probably the Chiefs by the time we get to the end of the year.
I gotta put Cardinals in there.
Yeah, but like the thing is though, like Kyler and like D-Hop are like banged up. Like if they are banged up going through over this hamstring issue that D-Hop has, like I don't think the Cardinals are gonna win a playoff game without D-Hop. That's just me. They might be able to, depending on who they play. They might be able to sneak one by. But if they gotta play any of the other do they win the division against the Rams without D-Hop the rest of the year? I don't know, maybe.
They better hope they
on the road. It's gonna be pretty tough to win without him. And they don't have JJ Watt too. Don't forget for the rest of the year. So like their defense is still really great though. But it's still gonna matter when it comes time. But there's like 5. There's 5 teams that I can honestly say that are like competitive. Like I don't think the Ravens are going to win a Super Bowl. I don't think. I mean, I have more faith in the Cardinals than I probably do the Bucks at this point.
See, I have more faith in the Bucks than the Cardinals.
It just depends on how
I think
lucky
better
Tom Brady
coaching.
gets.
I think better coaching, and
I don't know, man. That's a pretty better coaching.
But their roster,
had
but
one
their
good
roster.
year, and it was last year, Cal.
If the
But-
Buccaneers get
I mean,
healthy on the defensive side, Bucks are better.
Sorry, he was good in Arizona, but I'm saying with the Bucks, he had one good season. So like,
Yeah, I know, but he won a couple Super Bowls with us. But
as a coordinator, like that's like,
offensive coordinator.
yeah.
Pretty big.
Oh, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
where you
but, like,
handed the ball off 45 times.
yeah, like
Well,
it's
we
like,
had a running back to do that with.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying,
like we
but,
do
like,
now.
That's not like a
but-
head coach winning a
Najee.
Super Bowl. Winning a Super Bowl as a head coach is
Najee.
twice as meaningful as winning it as a coordinator. Straight up.
But but the thing was when he was there, Mike Tomlin, who won it
Yeah,
with
he
Mike
was a
Tomlin.
defensive coach, and they had one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, but I'm saying he
They
ran
won
the
because of the
offense
defense.
completely. He ran the offense completely on his own. Like no
Yeah,
one was
that's
helping.
fine.
Because,
But
like,
he,
but
but
what
like,
I
they didn't win
what,
because
but
of
the
the
thing
offense.
is with the Bucks for me is they have a better team head to toe that I think especially on paper than the Cardinals do.
I think it's up for debate. I think Arizona's defense is fucking great.
Yeah, but they lost.
My one rebuttal to that is, do we think that the Cardinals defense currently, without Kyler and D-Hop, can carry them as far as the Bucks defense could carry the Buccaneers?
100% no.
No.
That's where I'm coming from. Like if the
They're
Cardinals
also
have to
playing in a
score
harder
points,
division. They're also playing in a harder division right now than the Bucks are too.
they are.
Yeah.
Although the Bucks are on a 2-game skid, so
Yeah. They did not
All
look
right.
good last week at all.
But the Bucks lost two in a row.
yeah,
Who did they lose to last week? Not
Saints and football team.
Saints.
Redskins.
And then the Washington football team. I knew they lost to the Washington football
Redskins.
team. I didn't know they lost to the Saints.
Yeah, they lost to the Saints last week. Yeah, they're on a 2-game skid. The Saints are only 1 game out of the first place, and they hold the tiebreaker over them.
With Trevor
And they're
Siemian.
traveling to Philly this week.
With Trevor Siemian.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, I think that pretty much covered that. We can hop into the rest of the NFL discussion now. I mean, I feel like we were already touching on it a little bit here and there, but yeah. Yeah, thanks for the question as always, guys.
Yeah.
It's definitely not just a Broncos thing though.
Why are you moaning?
Yeah, it's definitely not just a Broncos thing.
Why are
No,
you
it's definitely
moaning?
not. There is a ton of NFL
You're
teams
causing
that are
blood
like,
flow
man,
over
like
here.
we're
You
supposed to
keep
be
doing
better
that.
than this.
No, but yeah, we got to start with the big one. The Steelers have ruined all of my hopes and dreams by tying the Lions, so the Lions
No.
can't go 0-17.
No.
So thanks for that,
No,
boys.
no. You meant to say
You can say whatever you want.
The
I
vid.
see a 1 in this column.
no. You meant the vid.
Hey, you got
because-
Mason Rudolph. You're the guy. You guys brought him back.
Listen, no, the vid, because no matter what, if Ben, you can't tell me that game that I watched, the game that I watched that had roller coasters of emotion, if a left-handed Ben Roethlisberger was in there. Not saying that Mason Rudolph didn't play he played a good enough game to win. He did. He really did.
Yeah, other
But
people let him
the-
down.
But the leading on the team of Ben Roethlisberger was definitely missed for that game. Like,
I would agree with
100%.
that. I mean, but at the same time, like I agree with Kate a little bit. Like Deontay Johnson and Freiermuth's fumble were crucial.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
but he
understand
shouldn't have got the
it's
overtime.
ticky tack, but running into the kicker to get a first down.
Which was a horrible call.
But no matter what, it's still a dumb play. Like I think the worst.
no,
thing
he
in
almost
football-
blocked it.
I don't care.
Because the kicker,
The horrible call.
the kicker,
Running
I
into the
don't-
kicker
it's
is
not
an
a horrible
all-time
call. He
rule,
hit
though.
him.
Like
He
it's not.
hit
It's
him.
not.
Oh,
a-
I know, but he barely. I don't even think he hit him, to be honest.
literally,
He
the
did hit
announcer
him.
goes,
He hit him in the head.
the announcer goes,
yeah.
that is the best acting job I've ever seen of a punter ever.
Okay.
Still,
Like,
I mean,
did-
they all do.
He
is
laid
the
on the
thing.
ground and stretched his arms out like he was like a dead person.
Okay.
It was really
They
funny.
all do. That's the
Yeah,
that's
back
the
call,
risk
sure.
of
But the
trying to
thing
block
The
a
referees
punt.
are not the reason why the Steelers lost that game.
But the
though.
reason
We still
why
could have won
Fine.
that game with that call.
there was
Yes.
a couple bad calls.
There's
But
bad calls in every
the-
game though.
but that's all we heard last week though.
Right.
Facts.
And the Bears fans are saying the same thing. So like it's
No,
I was
it
gonna
wasn't
say
Bears.
it's not
It
just
wasn't
isolated
Bears
to all
fans.
y'all.
It was the entire NFL
ESPN.
community.
it was only
The
because it was
entire
on prime
community.
time. That was the only reason why it was like that.
But but that play in general, I didn't mind him getting that close because the punter, it was a bad snap. The punter had to adjust. He was a fingertip from that ball. And he got around him and touched his ass. He didn't hit him in the foot. He didn't run into him face on. He slid around him, and the dude did what the referee did on the dude from the Bears and stuck his ass out. That's how he ran into the kicker. So it wasn't he didn't run into the kicker. The kicker bumped into him as he was running. So I'm not even that play. I don't even care. But what I care about is being on the goal line, and we're first, and we had like 6 yards
on the 5-yard
end zone, and we threw all three times with Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Okay. Then when we had towards the end of the game, right before it was like our final drive, we then threw the ball the first 2 times, and then ran the ball on the third down for no reason. At that moment in time, there's a minute and a half left in the game. All we need is a field goal to win. You run the ball until you can't. Run the ball twice. We're on the 50-yard line. Run the ball twice. If you have to throw it, throw it. Now, Big Ben's behind center. You can throw it. I don't care. Not all 3 times, but you can throw it. Just in those situations, Mason Rudolph, like I said, played a good enough game to win. He did. He played a good enough game.
That's all we needed him to do.
He had a bad interception, but it was overthrown in the rain, whatever. He's like, it was complete. I got to make that throw. It's on me, whatever, all that stuff. But he had a couple, bad throws, what every quarterback does, but he had 1 interception. He had made a couple great plays that our wide receivers and tight end screwed up. So it was a mixture of horrible football played on both ends. We literally held Goff to 48 yards in 4 quarters.
He's not a good quarterback.
If you were gonna tell me that, I just don't even see an instance where they might not even score. Maybe,
but no, they might not even we gave up 200 yards in rushing.
Yeah, that was bad. I mean,
and 2 30-yard touchdown runs.
Bad.
The Steelers lost that game. Like that's flat out what happened. Like they lost the game.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a loss. It really does.
I mean, the 2 fumbles in overtime.
And for Lions fans, it's a win because they can't go 0-17. So thanks for that.
I mean, like the fumble, the Freiermuth fumble, man. I know we're running that play to get on the right hash, but man, that's just like it's so painful. Like that's just a dump away play. Why don't we just? Why don't we just? Why don't we just dump?
He had the worst game of the year.
He had like 2 drops and he had a fumble. Like it was just bad. Deontay Johnson's fumble was bad. Like it was just a bad game.
My dad called that, by the way. When he stopped and turned the other way, he's like, "Don't fumble it!" Boom, come from behind. It was awful.
Yep.
Speaking of other really bad fumbles, really quick, just to touch on the Chiefs being back. Did you guys see D-Jack's catch? And then
he had money on the game.
I swear to God, he was doing a punt return.
What was he doing?
I swear to God, he thought he was doing a punt return.
He had money on the game.
Like all he had to do was run straight, and it was a touchdown.
He had the under,
and he ran sideways, and then he got stripped.
No, he tried to like spin back into the dudes, and then he got punt. Like the ball
he
got
caught the ball
out.
in stride and literally could have walked it in.
Most absurd thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
But yeah, then Travis Kelce post
money on the under.
No, he may have.
No, he did.
I thought the over hit though. Wasn't it like 17?
Yeah, he had money on the under because he knows touchdowns.
But then Kelce after says that he thinks this is a game that got their swag back, which obviously I don't think anyone's really counted out the Chiefs all year.
That dude scared the hell out of him. Did you see that?
I didn't see him get scared.
He ran up behind him and was like, "Ah!" And he was like, "Oh!" He's like, "I think I got my swag." Like he fixed it because he got scared.
I saw that part. I didn't even think he was scared. He might have just played it off well.
He definitely played it off 100% because he was startled.
That was funny. I like that interview.
Yeah. But the biggest thing from that game was the Raiders didn't change anything what people have been doing all year. They're playing cover 2 and they were giving Pat the short dump offs. The only difference is he took him this time. He said, whatever, I'm not going to throw it deep. I'll just dump it off to the 3rd or 4th option, and look what happened. They scored 41 points.
Yeah.
Which means if he's
threw for over 400.
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, 300, I believe.
400.
Over 300. Was it
400? 406.
Okay. Yeah. Then, if Pat understands now that he can just take those passes and they can still score 41 points, then, the Chiefs are unfortunately back, and they do have their swag back, which is a scary thing for the NFL. I still have a lot of questions about their defense, but again, the last 2 years they've turned into a top 5 defense. After week 10, it has not failed the last 2 years, and I don't think it'll change this year. So yeah, Chiefs are back. Cade, you were wrong about Russell Wilson. Can you say you were wrong, or?
I was thinking that the entire game.
Then I guess Kyler. Then I'm wrong about Kyler Murray. I'm wrong about Pat Mahomes. The Packers defense have shut down 4 of like the past.
No, I also.
No, it's more that he came back too soon and was going to look like dog shit.
He was
okay. Everyone else had the same exact numbers against the Packers. That claim does not add up.
It was. Well, I also think it was.
He missed a lot of throws, man.
Well, I also think it was the worst game for him to come back to, not because of the Packers alone,
in 30-degree weather,
cold.
20-degree weather,
yeah,
rain, cold, wet, like
snow.
For joints and ligaments, it was the worst game to come back to. He needed to come back to playing in Miami or like in a dome, like
literally anywhere.
Lambeau was where he decided to come back on, like on a snow.
He went to school in Wisconsin, though.
Yeah, I don't care.
And he's yet to win his
ligament in Wisconsin.
Russ was getting trolled by everyone for him saying that he rehabbed 19 hours a day.
Yeah, I got 6 hours of sleep. 5 hours of sleep. God,
what? That's just not even remotely true.
He's an
no
idiot.
Chance.
Russ is an idiot. I can't stand the dude. His whole character is annoying to me.
His sex life must be horrible.
Like, I can't stand him.
Yeah, that's pretty cringy. 19 hours a day, you rehab every.
In that video, moment. Like he just came out of fucking heart surgery. I just hate Russell Wilson so much. Every offseason, I'm gonna go to Yankees training camp. All right, great, Russ, cool. Maybe you should fucking practice some more. Like, I don't know. You practice 19 or you rehab 19 hours a day, but you're gonna go take 3 months off and go practice with the fucking Yankees, dude. You're a fucking joke.
He's pretty good though.
Athlete. I hate him so much.
He's pretty good.
Athlete.
Wasn't good in this game. First shutout of his career in 150 starts. Fucking sucked it, Russ.
Really? Is that?
Yeah, that's his first shutout ever. By the way, Peyton Manning and Drew Brees never had a shutout in their entire career.
Like their defense never got a shutout?
No, like he got shut out. Like he got shut out.
Russ didn't score.
I thought you were saying like their defense got never got a shutout.
Has Rodgers got shut out?
I don't know. They didn't mention Rodgers, so I don't know.
I don't think Ben's been. I don't ever remember us getting shut out.
No,
like, at least a field goal.
The worst game ever. Yeah, the worst game ever. The Dolphins Steelers won in 2009, the Mud Bowl.
Still got a field
goal. It was what was it, 6-3 or something?
No, 3-0. 3-0.
Okay, then it wasn't a shutout.
We kicked the field goal in the last 40 seconds.
That's such a Pittsburgh Steeler game.
I remember that game. We stayed the night at our grandparents' house on a school on a school night, and I remember staying up late because my grandparents went to bed in their bedroom, and I watched the whole entire game, and I was dumbfounded.
Trying to look that game up.
Just type in the Monday Night Mud Bowl. Steelers and Dolphins. You'll see 3-0. Jeff Reed kicked the field goal with like 40 seconds left. Crazy.
Yeah, no. So I don't know. I would have to go back and look at Rodgers.
Yeah.
Was it 07? Okay.
Back. It's a while back.
3-0.
So yeah, Ben maybe has never been shut out. I don't know though. I would assume not. Not with the offense they had for a solid like 8 years.
In the NFL, man.
At least a field goal. Come on.
I mean, even if you don't throw a touchdown, like Rodgers didn't throw a touchdown in the 17-0. Like he had 300 yards in a pick, but. So what else happened?
Cam Newton back.
Yeah,
Cam Newton went 3 of 4 with 8 yards and 2 touchdowns, which is the dumbest fucking stat line I've ever seen.
I don't know about that. What about the 140 and 5 tutters? The game that you remember very fondly in the beginning of the year. Jameis Winston.
Oh, 14 of 18 for 400 fucking yards and 5 touchdowons.
Yeah, that was one of the most interesting games.
140 yards. Yeah, not 400. Yeah, against the Packers. Yeah, that was crazy. For
under 75 yards, had 5.
The first time it's ever happened in the entire history of the NFL.
Yeah. That one was pretty crazy. What happened? So I didn't watch any of that game. Like, I saw all the Twitter stuff. I thought Cam Newton would be like 25 of 40 for like 3 touchdowns.
He didn't start.
What happened?
PJ Walker played. They had select goal line packages.
They just threw him in like Lamar Jackson's
first two plays. He came in on
his first 2 plays,
run, and they came in on a 1-yard pass.
His first 2 plays were 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they just had like small little packages near the goal line for him because he is again 6'6", 250.
Maybe that's where he fits now.
McCaffrey looked good.
He is projected to be the starter this week, though.
Yeah.
So
McCaffrey looked good, by the way.
He did, but he didn't even get a touchdown. Chuba Hubbard got the other one. So.
Yep.
The Rams got embarrassed last night. If you didn't watch it, just go look at the box score.
Yeah.
But again, they're 0-5 against Kyle Shanahan under McVay.
No, he won his McVay.
No,
won
it's been the last 5. Yeah, it's been the last 5.
Yep.
Which is just insane to me, but it is what it is. The NFL makes no sense. Patriots blew the fucking wheels off the Browns.
Patriots are scary.
The Browns are such a fucking
did I miss that pick
of a football team, dude. Like they're so interesting.
Their defense is not what I thought it was going to be this year. Like a lot of teams,
dude,
like the Broncos. I thought the Broncos defense was going to be really good this year. I was dead wrong on that.
They have to be one of the only teams I've ever seen in my life that blew out a team and then the next week lost by the same margin of points.
Like it's absurd.
Like their scoring margin was 0 because they blew the wheels off of the Bengals and they got their wheels blown off 7 days.
Well. So here's my fair assessment of this, and this is, you guys know that I'm a big Browns fan, and I'm a huge Baker guy. Baker needs to shut it down this year, at least for a couple weeks until he can get fully healthy. Like, the torn labrum is clearly a nagging issue. He went out because of a knee contusion. The dude's just beat to shit right now, and actively is hurting at the team, I think, more than Case Keenum possibly could. Like, Case Keenum's taken a team to the playoffs before, under Stefanski.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's just one of those things where, like, Baker, unfortunately, I understand it's a contract year and I get all of that, but at some point, like, he's going to need to shut it down this year. It just can't keep going on like this. And again, I'm a huge Baker fan. I'm not saying that they get rid of him. I think you bring him back. I think he took you to the fucking playoffs for the first time in however long and beat the Steelers in the playoffs. Like, Cleveland does not want to go back into that fucking cycle of trying quarterbacks again.
The only way the Browns move off Baker is if they 100% can land someone better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, but like I saw someone today say that they could get Jimmy G or fucking Cam Newton, and I'm like, no, Baker's better than both of them, in my opinion. A healthy Baker Mayfield's better than both of them.
I would never take a chance on either of those two. I don't think.
Not over Baker.
No. Who could they land that's better?
I mean, technically Rodgers and Wilson maybe, but I don't think either of them are going to play in fucking Cleveland.
No way is Rodgers going to sign up.
No, if Rodgers going anywhere in the AFC North, and it's not a lie, he's going to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
No, I mean seriously.
I know.
Like if any team there.
But I mean, realistically, like who the fuck are you going to get?
I mean, you could get. I mean, I'm not saying they're better, but you could get either Two Gloves or Drew Lock.
Again, I don't think either.
Did someone say Mariota? Did someone say Mariota?
No.
But again, I'm still taking Baker.
No, but I'm just saying that Mariota's there.
Deshaun Watson.
The only other quarterback in my opinion who's going to be available this offseason who can compete or say, if not better than Baker, in my opinion, is Kirk Cousins.
Or Watson.
I would agree.
Or Watson.
Can you imagine Kirk Cousins coming back with Stefanski? How old is he, by the way? Like 32?
He's 32 or 33.
Yeah, he's definitely below 33.
I mean,
Matt Ryan, I guess.
He played in Washington for like 7 years.
Yeah, I guess Matt Ryan maybe, but I don't think.
He's fine.
Would you take Kirk over Baker?
I would say 5's probably at most.
That's pretty close.
What?
I think that one you could debate that one, but probably out of production. I think Baker athletically gives you more, but I think Kirk is probably a slightly better passer.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Sam Darnold.
I would say, I think Kirk's a better quarterback. I
think he's marginally better as well, but you have no idea like what Baker's going to develop into. So
I think Kirk can win you.
Fitzpatrick
is always around.
Who?
Fitzpatrick.
Oh my God, yeah. Fitzpatrick. I don't know. I mean, I just can't believe the Browns. I mean, like, I'm really not surprised the Browns are 5-5. I am surprised how they got to 5-5. Like
it's been a wild trip.
They've been like
Browns is the Browns.
Brakes have been blown off. They've blown out people. Like
they've looked really good. They've looked at like they don't eat like the 2012 Browns. Like, it's absurd.
Everything. It's just everything has just been an absolute.
They blow out the Bengals. Only score 10 points against us. Then blow out then get blown out by the Patriots, and then blow out someone, and then get blown out by another. Like
blow out the Bears,
like a week in, a week out. It's either they get blown out or they do the blowing.
Yeah, it's a very very interesting season for them. I would say that
Get
about
blown
the
or
whole,
blown. I mean, that's
whole
the
AFC
world we
North.
live in right now.
No, it is the entire North.
It's the entire AFC North has been that way. Like the Ravens have been the only team that's been somewhat consistent, but they lost to a really bad team, the Dolphins.
They should have lost to the Lions.
They should have lost to the Lions. Like
I will say one thing
the
about
Bengals.
consistency.
The Bengals,
out of all
we
of
thought the
them,
Bengals
they're
were going to win the division for a while.
See,
Now
I
they're
mean,
they were 5-2 with their one loss coming to the Packers.
Out of all the teams,
one
I
of
think
their losses being the
I think the
Packers.
most consistent team is us. Most consistent. We're consistently mediocre. We're not up and down.
I guess.
We're
I
not
think
up
the
and
most
down.
consistent team is probably the Ravens, but
Because we only score 20 points and we only give up 17. So that's why we're consistent. Where the Ravens get blown out or blow people out.
the Steelers.
Well, okay, wait. What is the status on KJ though?
He's fine. His stats came back negative. He's week by week basis.
yeah, he's week by week.
Okay, so okay.
The Steelers.
Thank God.
I
They're
agree
scared.
with what,
Oh yeah,
agree
when
with
number 90 was down, I was fucking flipping out.
I agree with
Boy,
what,
it was holding his knee, but they said it was his hip.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I agree with what you're saying, Cal, that the Steelers are probably the most consistent.
You just know what you're going to get out of them.
Yeah.
Get out of the
Ravens,
Steelers
dude.
each
I'm
week.
telling you, dude. Like I've been saying it. I'll say it every year. The Ravens are the most overrated team in the league. They're going to do the same thing every single year. They're going to have a good regular season schedule. They're going to lose a couple bad games. They should have lost at least 2 more games this year at the minimum, and they're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs. Like they're going to do this every year. And it is what it is.
See, I don't think they'll lose in the first round this year because they're probably going to end up with a 2 seed or 3 seed, and they're
not going to be a 2 seed.
No, he's saying play.
No, I'm saying they could be a 2 seed. They could be the 2 seed.
I don't
Who's
know
gonna
how
be
you
the
say
3 or
that.
4?
How can you say that?
The Bills, maybe.
Bills going to be 1 seed. They're going to be 1 seed.
No, Tennessee's going to be 1
Tennessee's
seed.
going to be 1 seed.
No,
Okay.
Tennessee's
Okay, they'll
gonna
be the
1
3 seed.
Tennessee's 8-2. Yeah.
They'll be the
Bills
3
are
seed.
6-3.
But the Bills are going to be the 1 seed because they play no one the rest
Also,
of the
we
year.
don't know if we also don't know if the Chargers go on a run.
They're
Or
fine.
not,
No,
sorry,
they're-
not the Chargers.
The
not
Chiefs.
Chargers.
The Chiefs. But
Chiefs.
the
Chiefs could be
already
13
have,
and 4.
what, 5 losses?
Who knows?
They have 5 losses right now?
They have 4.
Or
They're 6-4.
Okay. So, but the Bills are going to be the 1 seed. Mark my words now, because they literally play no one.
Yeah,
they play JV teams.
Okay, but then the Titans are not going to be worse than the 3 seed right now.
Yeah, Titans
No,
also
Titans are
play
the 2
pretty much
Tyson-
nobody.
When does Derrick Henry come back?
week
Week
right
14
before
is
playoffs.
the earliest he can come back.
Like right the
Later.
playoffs.
Week
What do you say?
14.
14?
Week
Yeah.
14 is the earliest week he can
What
come
is his
back.
injury again?
Broken pinky toe.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's like
much.
broken foot, just broken foot.
Damn.
Pretty important for a running back.
Pinky toe.
Very important for someone like him, especially in cold weather.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
he-
regardless of what people think, Tennessee
No.
does get cold.
No, but I definitely
Oh,
the Bills are going to be the 1 seed. They're going to be. The Titans have a tougher schedule to finish than the Bills do, hands down. I don't even know I honestly I think the only winning record the Bills play the rest of the season is the Patriots.
Buccaneers,
Patriots
and
and
Patriots,
Bucks.
and Pats.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I don't know, dude. The Titans schedule is not that.
Go look
Not
at
that
Titans
crazy.
schedule's
the
not
Bills.
not
Yeah, they
hard
play the-
either.
They
I
play
don't
the
know.
Texans, the Patriots, the Jags, us, the 49ers, who we don't. It's another team. It's like you don't know what you're going to get each week. Dolphins, and then the Texans again.
In their final, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In their final 7 games, they're going to get 5 wins, in my opinion.
The Bills or
No, the Titans.
the Titans. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Like they're going to beat.
I think the
Texans.
Patriots might give them a. The
The Patriots will.
Patriots
I think
are going to give them
They're
fits.
they're gonna lose to either the Steelers, the Patriots,
or the Niners.
or the Niners.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. So like they're going to beat the Texans. They're probably going to split between the Steelers and the Patriots, in my opinion.
I would
Never
agree.
mind.
They're going to win one, lose
You know,
one.
Chiefs have a hard schedule.
Yes, the
out.
Chiefs have a very
Yeah.
tough schedule to finish.
Win one, lose one.
Right.
Chiefs
so
had a real hard schedule
the
out.
number 1 seed, in my opinion, right now. Well, also
It's going to be the
Tennessee's-
Titans, I think.
Other than
Titans
Tennessee,
or Bills. Titans or Bills.
other
Yeah.
than Tennessee losing to the Jets, the Tennessee's been the most consistent team in the league. They beat the best teams
In the AFC.
In the AFC, yes, they beat the best
Yeah.
teams. Their competition's tough. They won every game. They besides one game, they've won every game they should. And guys, we all talked about it going into the year that the Titans were going to be really good. Like we all said it. They just
But then they start out 1-2 or
Right.
whatever.
and then they
Yeah.
but then they got
And then-
hurt. They got hurt too. Like Julio's not playing. AJ Brown was out. They were both out one game.
They were both out. No, they were both out for 2 weeks, I believe.
Right. So like
One of
and
those
they're still
was
winning.
the Jets game.
And Derrick Henry's on. They're still winning.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one,
'Cause they got-
they're
because they
running
have the
back.
best running
They're
back
just
of all
good.
time.
Like that's it.
Yeah, they're
Like,
running
that's flat
backs.
out the story.
I don't even
They're
know
good.
his name. Don't even know his name, but he's good.
Who?
Who?
Tennessee's backup running back. I don't even know his name.
You're
Peterson?
fucking kidding me, right?
Oh, I'm
Peterson?
sorry. What was who's the other dude that has long hair?
I don't even know his name. He said.
Not Adrian Peterson. I'm talking about
Arguably the
dude.
greatest running back
I'm pretty
we
sure
may ever see.
I think it's like
I'm not
I
talking about
think
Adrian Peterson. I'm talking about the other dude.
I know, but it was just funny because that's who their starter is.
McNichols, yes.
McNichols.
He had a crazy. I'm pretty sure the first game that Henry was out, McNichols had a good game.
No, it was just funny that we're over here talking about fucking their running back who's replaced Derrick Henry. You go, I don't even know his name.
I'm talking about McNichols.
Yeah, McNichols.
Yo, Evan.
Yes.
The Blackhawks just posted a job opening for a public relations manager.
That'd be lit.
That's all you, Ty.
It is all me. I do have a degree in PR, but I am not poking that thing with a 58-foot stick.
Well, not even just
Chicago's
that.
a tough city, bro.
There's gonna be
No. I'm referring to all the sexual assault allegations that just destroyed Quinville and the entire Blackhawks team.
Not only that is that I'm
gonna that happened.
No
But
harm against
after
you, Ty. They're gonna be 30-plus-year-olds with 15 years of experience.
Yeah.
With then with minor league teams and
That's funny.
I have all the faith in you in the world, but
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it anyway. Yeah, for sure in a heartbeat.
yeah. Just put your name in there.
Ty, let me ask you this: would you do it for the Houston Texans right now?
Yeah, I mean that storm's
that would
already
be
passed,
lit,
man.
I don't care. That'd be lit,
bro.
Well, so is the Chicago one. I mean, coming in after all of the allegations.
Dog, they got a player from the Cup taken off of Lord Stanley.
Oh, I know. Well, I'm telling you, the bad part's out. They unscratched his name.
No, they literally took a bunch of X's and chiseled it over his name.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Do they live in Texas like it's George Strait?
Maybe.
Do they go to Georgia State where?
I hate you guys so much. What else? I mean, anything else?
The
crazy?
Warriors are absolutely slapping the Nets right now.
Let's go! I need that. Let's go.
Dogs are barking today, boys.
Let's go. Listen, hey, NBA Cage back starting last night. Not betting an NFL game the rest of the year.
Yes.
All right, love to see it.
Oh, I need one more 3-pointer for Kevin Durant.
How's KD playing? Because he liked all those tweets.
He's got 19 points. He's got 19 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He needs one more 3-pointer for the boy. One more.
Katie, did you guys see?
Yeah, so my 11-team parlay on NHL is definitely dead.
Hey, did you guys see that that thing I sent you guys about Kevin Durant and his shooting splits for the month of November?
Yes. The only red was from the corner 3, right?
Yeah, that's for the season.
He was 0-1.
No, Ty, that's for the season. That's not even November. That's just for the
okay.
season. His shooting percentages in the month of November, he's shooting 62% in from the field, 59% from 3, and 94% from the free throw line, while scoring 32.5 a game.
That's pretty good.
That is disgusting. Oh wow, Curry's got 28 already.
Yeah.
Wait, am I stupid or am I just not been paying attention at all? Why? Wait a second. Why is this not being spoken of at all? That the Wizards, Cavs,
Cavs
and
are good.
Hornets are all in the playoffs right now.
Yeah,
and
the Celtics, the Bucks, and someone else are not. That's
Pacers are not even close. The Bucks, Hawks, Pacers, Celtics, and Raptors are not in right now.
Yeah,
I understand it's early, but that's absurd.
Yep.
6-8, the defending champions.
I mean, listen, it's not that early anymore. We're 15 games in. I mean, we're fifth of the way through. I mean, it's early, but we're starting to move here. You know what I mean?
We are about
what the fuck is going on with the NBA?
Listen,
almost a fifth.
I want to say this, and I mean it wholeheartedly.
Okay, Nuggets are 4th. I didn't know. Okay, cool.
The Chicago Bulls are a top 3 team in the NBA. That alone is uncomfortable for most.
It's all good in the hood until they lose in Denver Friday, bud.
That's fine. I don't give a shit if they lose in Denver.
Do you got a jersey, Ty, or no?
No, I'm gonna wear that Murray hoodie you got me.
Sweet.
But no.
That thing fit you?
Barely. Might make it a cutoff.
Dude, Amazon
no,
sizes.
but Cade, definitely bet heavy on the Bulls Friday because the Nuggets play back-to-back. They play the Sixers Thursday and go straight into the Bulls. Nikola Jokic is going to get beat like a redheaded stepchild in those 2 games.
We don't have a starting
Embiid
center.
plays.
Ty. We don't have a starting center.
It doesn't matter. He's going to get manhandled by Embiid the whole
Well,
time.
that's if he plays.
Embiid. I thought you were talking about
that's
the
if he plays. Embiid's not playing
Tony
tonight.
Bradley, national champion Tony Bradley. Don't forget, he is the starting center.
It's not. He didn't play for the team that had the buzzer.
Who is your starting center?
Tony Bradley.
No, I mean
Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah, Vucevic.
Okay.
Yeah, Vuce is really good.
That's what I meant.
We lost Patrick Williams as our starting small forward, which is actually going to hurt a lot.
What's Vuce out for?
COVID. He'll be out until next week.
Oh, okay.
Also, Joey Bosa just got listed on the COVID list for the Chargers. So,
and so did Minkah Fitzpatrick.
That's also bad for us. Well, with how he's playing this year, it's almost a hit or miss.
No, well, they called back his interception last week, which was not holding.
He also missed a very crucial tackle that I remember. I mean, we're nitpicking here, but still.
All right, we're on the NBA now. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know these standings were a thing, which is just wild to me. Yeah, Kate, what else? You got anything on the NBA since you're all the way back then?
I'm all the way back. I'm only betting NBA.
I've won 4 NBA bets in a row.
Yep. I won the.
I don't think I've made I might have made like 2 NBA bets. I won last night on that Super Boost, but that was it.
Yep. What was that, Evan?
Got some motivational posters for my office. One is, don't tell people your dream. Show them.
Wait, did I send this to you guys?
Because
this shit's straight up funny.
I have like 6.
Hang on, Evan. Let me send you this.
Yeah, I just
I paid for this.
Yeah, I can make that with a marker and a piece of paper.
The NBA is chalked right
I have
now.
a flag that says this.
If you're looking at teams like the Celtics, dude, like the Celtics are like really in the dark spot. Like Marcus Smart wants to fight people.
That's nothing new. He's wanted to do that since Oklahoma State.
Dude, that was still one of the greatest things that's ever happened.
Is he a poor man's Patrick Beverly?
Why would you
Basically.
ever say that? What? No, Evan.
Basically.
No, stop. Patrick Beverly's poor man's Marcus Smart. Don't ever fucking disrespect Marcus Smart.
Did you see that video that they had, the tribute?
Yeah, not one basketball play.
Not one basketball play.
Not one basketball play.
Just him going like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I
actually
envision him screaming, by the way.
Let's talk about Ben Simmons and then the fact that the reason where he's at right now is because he refuses to improve. That graphic of Lonzo Ball.
No, Lonzo.
He doesn't refuse
you
to improve.
guys know how much I hated on Lonzo.
He just doesn't want to play. I think he just wants to just chill and play video games every single day. Doesn't want to do a thing.
Dude, there's no way in fuck that there's just how do you not try to get better? You're making how much money is he making? $140 million with the Sixers?
Something around there, because I'm pretty sure Jamal Murray, he's paid more than Jamal Murray, and Jamal's is like 128.
Right. So $140 million man, and he refuses to improve any part of his basketball game. But you have someone like Lonzo, who was mocked, right? He was mocked.
No, openly. Repeatedly.
Yes, he was an open meme because of his dad, his shooting form, everything. Improved his shooting form, and has improved his shooting numbers every year, along with being a good defender, being a good passer, and a rebounder for being a point guard. And now he gets paid $25 million a year, which is good money, obviously, for him. Great. Happy for you, Lonzo Ball. You're better than Ben Simmons.
Facts.
I don't think
I'm a big proponent of Lonzo Ball and his...
See, I hate him, but...
His growth?
You don't like Lonzo now?
No. I'm not now. I'm cool with him now because he has shown improvement.
You're talking about his dad, right?
When he came in, he was incredibly overhyped, and that's the part that pissed me off.
Right, but the thing is, though, everyone knew he was a project player, though. Everyone.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not poo-pooing.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was
Giannis was
a
project player.
Franchise in one day kind of player.
Yeah.
No, people forget Giannis was a fucking project.
His brother
dude.
could though.
Yeah.
His brother could. I would say.
No, LaMelo's not either, bro.
LaMelo's still improving as well.
LaMelo's going to develop and get a little bit better. He shoots
I think he came into the league and had a better first season for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I'm just saying
definitely made an impact to the Hornets.
He's gonna get,
now they're bad. They were bad. So
he's the thing about him is he's gonna get better. Obviously everyone younger is gonna get better. I'm saying he's not like Anthony Edwards is a franchise changing player when he came out. Anthony Edwards is better than LaMelo. He is better than him. Anthony Edwards in year 2 is better than LaMelo. But is LaMelo going to be better than Anthony Edwards in year 7? Probably.
Probably.
Is Lonzo Ball going to be better than Markelle Fultz in years? Okay. Markelle Fultz is a bust. I guess that's a bad comparison. But
huge bust.
The reason why people drafted Markelle Fultz because they thought he was going to be an immediate impact, like immediate player impact. The Sixers traded out of Jason Tatum for Markelle Fultz because they knew they already had Ben Simmons and they already had Joel Embiid. So they were like, this player is going to be a guaranteed, like, he's ready to win now. Where if they would have drafted Jason Tatum, they would have won a championship by now.
That was literally what I was about to ask is, do you guys think that if Jason Tatum went to Philly, they would have
won a championship.
At least made it to the finals?
Yes. I think they would have won a championship. Those three, that dude, they're all 6'8", 6'9", and then Embiid's obviously like 7'1", and then 2 of the 3 can handle the ball as good as anyone. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I know we had this Twitter conversation, about the offensive rating and like LeBron and like Kevin Durant. But I just want to make this like point like extremely, and this is nothing against LeBron. This is everything about Chris Paul. The term "make everyone around you better" is thrown around way too much with a guy like LeBron. Now I know we threw it around with Chris Paul when it came to OKC because obviously OKC was a poverty franchise at the moment, right?
All they had was what?
They had him, Schroeder, and Gilgeous-Alexander. Those were the 3 only players they had. And I would not say Schroeder's a great player, and I would not say
serviceable.
Yes, but Gilgeous, I mean, Shai's going to be an amazing. Player.
He's going to be legit. He's young.
He's going to be an amazing player, in my opinion.
He was young.
Right, exactly. The fact that his offensive rating on the floor is 122, and it's 104 without him. That means like 18-point differential without Chris Paul. You lose every game if he doesn't play. Like that's fucking insane.
That's why he's one of the best point guards to play the game.
Yeah, I know, but like it's not. But what I'm saying is it's more than just one of the best point guards. He's one of the best all time. Like he's the 4th best offensive rating of all time, and the point differential with his defense, he gives up 102 points per game. He's outscoring teams 20 a night on when he's on the floor. That's nuts. Like, that's, like, flat out. Like, that's a guy who makes everyone better around you. Like, no doubt in your mind. There's no debate. Chris Paul makes everybody better than you could ever imagine. Because it's not
who has the highest PER, by the way?
Jokic does.
By a wide margin.
Yeah, Jokic actually has I didn't know Jokic had the 3rd highest offensive rating for a career either.
Offensive rating, but then he has the highest PER. Like he has 3 points on Wilt, and that 3 points is larger than Wilt to 42nd place. Mm-hmm. Joker's really good. What's up, Cal?
I just saw this graphic. Okay, I know we're talking about basketball, but the Pittsburgh Steelers has yet to make a defensive pass interference call this year.
Wow.
The NFL's rigged. Thank you.
The highest is San Francisco and Tampa Bay at 11. Houston's only has 1.
That's
because they get burned every fucking time. They didn't deserve that.
Do you guys want to touch on the Duke situation real quick?
Yeah, take that one away. We can touch on that and then move on to whatever. Yeah, let's do it. It's an important part of sports, and it's definitely
this is actually big. Like, this is actually kind of crazy.
Well, and it's definitely a blemish on the farewell tour.
No, it kicks it off with a bang, baby. Just what we needed. So anyways, when they're going to overcome it, right?
Gonna rally.
On Saturday night / Sunday morning, Duke's star player, number 1 prospect in the NBA for this coming draft, Pablo Bianco, was in the back seat of Coach K's grandson, who was driving the car drunk driving. They were both 19 years old. In North Carolina, first off, that's an underage.
That is an underage, and also it's a DUI.
Second off, it was DWI. I don't know what the difference is. Don't care. But anyways,
I'll ask here in a couple weeks.
You know what? You can bring that you can bring that back for us. We'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
But anyways, so they were driving, right, and they were pulled over. But I guess in North Carolina, which is a very interesting law, if you are in the car with someone driving intoxicated over the legal limit, you are technically aiding and abetting the DWI. So you are also charged with like a DWI. Because technically Pablo was sitting in the back seat, like he's not driving, obviously. But since he knew he could have did something about it and stopped it, he's aiding and abetting, which I think is a very interesting law that's in North Carolina. I never knew that, but yeah,
that definitely isn't a thing in Pennsylvania. I know that.
Yeah. So anyways,
well, Kurt was in the car with me and he didn't get in any trouble, so
yeah. So that's kind of interesting, and he's playing tonight. I don't know how.
No, they beat Gardner Webb by 40.
I don't know how he played basketball tonight. I feel like he shouldn't.
You should probably miss at least one game.
I don't know how he's playing basketball tonight. Like, I really don't.
Should miss at least one. Like, did you see the stuff that I sent you from Big Cat Cade?
Yeah,
it's because it's Duke and they're just gonna slide it under the rug and nothing's gonna come out of it.
But I mean, this is a big deal. I mean, like, you're talking about two 19-year-old kids who should be charged with an underage and a DWI, and they played basketball tonight.
On behalf of the company. Because remember,
yes,
everyone needs to remember, these aren't athletes. They're student human athletes. They are students first.
Mm-hmm. And now,
but we don't try and exploit them for their academic or their athletic gifts. We don't
not
do
anymore.
That.
Ty,
not at the NCAA. We don't do that.
Earn money now.
Like, obviously, this kid has NIL deals. Those got to be out the window. They got to be gone.
More than likely.
Other than like if it's
unless
it's like AAA meeting, like sponsorship, like other than that.
Yeah, no. Evan might be onto something.
What?
Not so for Bud Light.
Bud Light won't. Maybe Keystone. Keystone might.
Little Henny.
Henny also could for sure. They're already a sponsor of the NBA.
Right.
That could be on the table still, actually. So let's not scratch that one off just yet. Also, if he does have any sense of humor, as soon as he turns 21, he signs the biggest alcohol deal.
Right. But yeah,
just gotta own it.
That's a pretty crazy incident that kind of happened, and hopefully, I mean, obviously for the kids' sake, you don't want anything bad to happen to them.
No, I don't. Obviously, don't want anything too serious. It's a very for Duke's, big send off of Coach K after however many years and all these championships and gold medals and all of that. It's just one of those things that you can't even make it up. Like, of course this happens right as the season gets underway, and like, this is just another thing, right?
Oh yeah. So,
but the bigger story here is Coach K, it's his last season, so fuck everything else.
I hope the kids and everything works out for them. I hope that Pablo Bianco is not able to play for Duke and he just waits and goes to the NBA next year.
To be honest, this whole thing could have been avoided if Pablo went to Bet.
Evan.
He's in Duke. Just get a lift.
Listen, do you know how bad Pitt basketball is?
Go to Bet. He could have made it better.
Pitt lost 14 straight games to end the year last year, and then they lost their first 2 games this year. Evan, they've been so bad over the last 8 months that they had a top 50 recruit decommit to literally 2 days ago.
It's because Powell wasn't there.
Jeff Capel's gonna lose his job. He's not doing anything that he thought he was doing.
We beat UNC Wilmington today, the Seahawks.
Hey,
59-51.
That's in Levi's backyard, baby.
First W of the season.
Hey, just to double back really quick, I know that hasn't played yet this year, and that needs to be a conversation in itself when he does finally get back on the court. But for real, when are we going to start talking about Zion not being that dude?
Listen,
I understand he's hurt, but
the day he was drafted.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. Coming from one big man talking about another big man, that dude got down to Louisiana and found out what good food is.
Yeah,
and has enjoyed himself with his wealth that he has, and is still enjoying himself. He is eating good and loving every bit of it.
And that's fine.
That boy is big.
Listen, I'll be the devil's advocate here. He was definitely a big boy last year too. When the man's putting up 27, 7, and 4.
Okay, that's fine. He hasn't played this year, and they're second to last in the East.
The West.
Okay, he's injured.
West.
Evan, how many games did he play last year?
61.
Okay, so he missed 21 games last year. How many games did he miss the year before?
He only played.
Is this
24.
his third year?
Yes. So the year before.
I thought last year.
Ty,
Yeah, I mean,
we're getting old, bro.
I get where you're coming from, Cade. That maybe he's too big and gets injured too easily.
The best possibility is availability.
That boy chunky.
Like,
but he's still when he plays 27, 7-4.
I understand.
He's
that.
good.
Like, I'm not saying he's a bad basketball player. I'm just saying he's not going to be available.
Wasn't he an All-Star that year too in 2020?
I'm not saying he's a bad basketball player.
No, but when they put him on the list of like
he's not a franchise player if you're not available.
He's like top 15 in the league, and I'm just like, nah, bro, no.
I don't know about that. All that jazz, but he's definitely solid when he plays.
Yes,
yeah, no, he's a freak athlete.
When he plays,
he's a freak athlete. Freak athlete.
Listen, how good is Kyler Murray this Sunday when he's sitting on the bench?
I know the point you're making, Cade.
Yeah,
but out of the 61 games,
how many games did he play his rookie year?
He played,
I really don't know.
Wow,
how many games did he play his rookie year?
He only played 24 games his rookie year.
So he's played 80 games out of almost like a possibility
85 games to be exact. Yes.
Out of so 2 seasons, 160,
out of 164.
2 and a quarter.
Out of one.
So out of 180 games,
the Warriors are up 26
something games. Yeah. He's played 85. Yes.
The Warriors are up 26 on the Nets.
Yeah. The Warriors are the best team.
So he's available 50% of the time is what we're getting at.
Well, a little bit less because he's played 80 something.
Little less, 47%.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Injury, what is his injury?
Like, okay, no, a perfect example of this.
Oh, it's a foot injury.
Nikola Jokic last year didn't miss a single game, played all 82 games, and people were still saying, no, this dude's better, this dude's better, this dude's better. All right, that's great, but Nikola Jokic didn't miss a single game and still almost averaged a triple-double. That was the main reason he won MVP last year. He was available every night.
The biggest notch that LeBron James has as being the best basketball player over the last 10 years for the in the league, or last 10 to 15, whatever anyone wants to say, is his availability. He did it every night. Never missed. Never missed.
Kevin Durant, 3 years, not the case.
Yep, Kevin Durant has had the missed seasons. He's had 2 season-ending injuries. Like, even though he's extremely durable, other than outside of those games, he still had 2 years where he didn't play a year last year, and then the year before that, sorry. And the year before that, I mean, in 1 year in 2013, I think it was, like he had that bone spur in his foot, and he only played 12 games. So he's missed 2 seasons of his career. Like, LeBron James has not missed 2 seasons of his career. Like, one of the biggest reasons why he's the biggest advocate of, the GOAT in a lot of people's opinions is because he never missed the fucking court. He was there every night. Zion will never be a guy that's a franchise player because he's never going to be there every night. He's not. Look at Dame. Dame, have you ever heard Dame miss major time? No. Have you heard?
I don't know Dame time.
You ever heard James Harden miss major time? No. Steph Curry hasn't missed major time.
Maybe not at the Atlanta Strip Club, but
yeah, right. Steph
I just don't think it's fair to call him overrated.
He's definitely overrated.
I think he's 100%. I'm not calling him a bust yet, but he's 100% overrated.
If you're a player who can only be on the court for less than 50% of games, and you're rated a top
What's his
25
current injury
player
right
in the league,
now?
you are not. You
foot?
are not.
What type of foot injury? You got gout from eating all the.
I would never call him.
It might legitimately be
gout.
No,
but that's what he's rated though, Ev. That's the thing though. It's not. I'm not saying.
Oh, is for real?
He's rated within the top 25. If you look up here, I'll look up NBA rankings for this year. NBA.
He was top 15
rankings. No, he isn't.
He was 17.
I'll find
2 days ago from Slam Online Magazine, Zion Williamson is still not close to returning.
So this year, Ev.
This is fantasy basketball.
This is from CBS. Okay, one second. I'm scrolling.
Yeah, me too. I could probably scroll a little faster with my mouse here.
Just control F it.
Zion might not play this entire year up until January.
He was ranked 14th by CBS. And he's played 50% of games he's been able to play in? No, he is overrated.
And Zion's not. I don't think Zion's better than Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, Chris Paul. He's not better than Chris Paul. No,
that's
Donovan. He's not better than Donovan Mitchell.
You just named 2 guys. You just named 2 guys that led.
Donovan Mitchell is number 20.
You just led.
So Evan, do you understand why Cade and I are saying that he is overrated?
Okay,
Evan,
I understand.
You named 2 guys.
But I still think Zion's very good.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying when he plays, He's probably a top 20 player in the league, but he doesn't play.
Out of those
top 30 in my opinion. But
out of those 4 names you named, Evan, right there, 2 guys led their teams respectively to the NBA Finals in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Well, listen, I didn't know that he was rated number 14.
Yeah,
I thought it was just kind of like a consensus thing. Like he's overrated.
Dude, his first year, when he was a
25.
rookie, he didn't even play a single game in the league yet. He was like ranked like 43rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's compared to these people that are making these rankings. I agree. He's absolutely overrated.
That's what Cade and I are getting at. I'm not calling him a bust yet because he could never have another injury after this.
Right.
If he keeps getting injured, he's a bust. Greg Oden is regarded as one of the biggest busts because of his injuries.
Okay, yeah, I'll agree with that.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how talented you are if you can't play. It doesn't matter.
If you can't play, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Also, broken foot.
This year,
Okay, that's a little bit better then.
This year, ESPN ranked him 23rd. He is not the 23rd ranked player right now, in my opinion.
No.
He is when he plays, 100%. Not disagreeing with that.
But off of what? 85 games in 3 years?
You cannot play under half the percent of games that you could have played and be a top 25 player. The people that he's ahead of was Karl-Anthony Towns, who I think is better than him, Rudy Gobert, who I think is better than him, and that's
3-time defensive player in the year.
What?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Cal?
I said 3-time defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert.
Dude, I also think Zach LaVine's better than him. I also think Devin Booker.
Zach LaVine's like 28 in this list. Yeah.
Zach LaVine gets shit on every time.
Zach LaVine on the CBS list is number 28.
Right, he's better than him. He's available and he fucking puts up numbers.
Well, no, okay. So over 85 games, Zion. Okay, hang on. So over 85 games.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be there either because he's out injured.
Yeah, because he's out. Yeah.
So he's also over 85 games. Okay, this is just to me a normal, like what should be a normal big man in the NBA if you are a top tier big man.
Right.
He averages 25 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 3.2 assists per game.
That's great.
In 85 games.
That's great.
As a big man,
that's great.
Fine.
Yeah.
So be it. You've played 85 in the last 3 years, though.
Yeah.
He's played one full season in 3 years.
Joker played 80 fucking 2 last year.
Yeah. If he played... So he's played 85, and then that's 164 plus 15 roughly, so that's 179. So it's divided by 179. He's played 47% of games. You are not a cornerstone player.
I fucking nailed that.
Yeah. You're not a cornerstone player that way. I mean, you just can't. You know, it's like the whole Derrick Rose thing. Like, when he was going through his torn ACLs, like, were people still saying Derrick Rose is the best? Like, because at the time, he was making cases for being a top 10 player.
He was an
in the
MVP.
league.
He was the MVP.
He was definitely top 10. He was an MVP, yeah.
It was still early, though. It was only his second year.
In 2011, he was definitely top 10.
It was still only his second year, though, so we'll give it a little bit of a fair shake. But either way, like, you look at that, and you're like, oh, man, like, he hasn't played basketball in 2 years. Like, he can't be a top 10 player. Same thing with Zion. He has not played basketball in the last... to me, he hasn't played basketball at all. 85 games in 100 and 179 is playing zero basketball to me. You're averaging less than 30 games a year at this current rate. Because who knows when he's coming back?
Yeah.
You're literally
they're saying
not even half
it might be next year.
I played the same amount of basketball he's played this year.
Right.
This is true.
It's just you can't, like, that's just me, though. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like if you're going to be a cornerstone player, you have to be available. The reason why I think Jimmy Butler is so, like, revered across the league is because he doesn't miss time, and he's extremely consistent.
No, I mean, it's hard to argue that. Again, it's nothing on a player being good or bad, but, like, what, Embiid was having a phenomenal season last year, but he only played, like, 58 games.
Yep.
I mean, again, like, is it good? Yeah, it's fucking great what he was doing. Like, he was averaging damn near the same as Joker, but he played 30 less games.
Probably would have won MVP, honestly, if he would have played the full season. Just because of the narrative.
It's the narrative. It's exactly that.
Yep.
Snubbed.
He was not snubbed.
Yeah, we have anything else? The NHL's not really, it's just going in, just going. There's no real big stories other than the Boston Red Sox management team, Fenway, whatever, that LeBron's part owner in, is going to buy the Penguins for sure.
Yeah, that's tough because I just see that
Is that because of the kind of the things that have been going on about these allegations as well? Like, is that kind of like have something to do?
I
with
don't
it?
think so. They're not buying the entire Penguins. They're buying like a big share.
The major stake owner.
Yeah.
So okay, well that's the thing. They're gonna buy the Penguins, but they've already said Lemieux's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Right. So that's good for my top worry when the Penguins decide to sell the team. Where is Sidney Crosby going? And
Colorado Air is great this time of the year.
The Penguins should almost blow it up, honestly.
The Penguins, he's signed through 2025. So
oh my god.
For $8.7 million. So yeah, we'll take it.
every year, 8.7 million.
I know.
So
wow, I wonder why.
No, he's that superstitious. Like I'm a little stitious, not superstitious, but he is superstitious.
No, that's extreme. It's not even super. That's just extreme.
Dog straight up took $8.7 million.
I would love to blow it up and get rid of Malkin and Letang, but we got to get something in return.
Tanger's your best player this year, dude.
I know, but we've seen what happens.
No, we've seen the bad. Like Tang's bad is bad.
I'm fine with getting rid of Letang. Not fine with getting rid of Crosby. And I'm absolutely fine with getting.
Are you more upset about getting rid of Crosby because obviously like what he meant to the city and like to the
it would be
franchise?
Crosby.
It'll hurt
sentimental. The same thing with Big Ben. It's the same thing with Big Ben.
I think Crosby is bigger for me than Big Ben, but that's just me.
No, I'm saying
3 titles to what?
Two.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, but
no, the Pittsburgh goes off of the heartbeat of the Steelers. It doesn't matter what other sport happens.
It's about equal. Pittsburgh, I'm telling you right now.
For me, it's the Pittsburgh Penguins.
I'm telling you right now.
For me, it was always the Penguins, but I don't like Steelers.
It's great.
Wait, are we questioning if it's a football or hockey town?
It's close.
They are. I'm saying for me, hockey's bigger.
No, but I'm asking. Do we think Pittsburgh's a hockey?
In general, it's probably
it's a football town, but hockey's right there.
I was gonna say it's not. It's huge
hockey's very close though.
But hockey's very close.
It's a football.
Hockey's definitely above their NBA team.
I'm saying if there was an NBA team, it would definitely be more split. But hockey's damn close.
It would still be hockey.
It would be Steelers.
Oh, it depends if we were good. If we were a good NBA team.
No.
Hockey has won 3 championships.
Then whatever else would follow after, it doesn't matter.
What if the basketball team won?
What would our basketball team be named?
Listen, there's a reason why
Knights.
that the Steelers are a football town.
That's what your esports team was for a while. Pittsburgh Knights.
There's a reason why the Steelers are a football town because
Khalifa on that.
If it was a in the way that I look at things, if they were not just like a Steelers town, then Pitt Stadium would be filled every weekend for their home games. But they're not. They're only filled for a fucking Steelers game, and it's a fucking party in that city every time there's a Steelers game. Not saying that's not about the hockey game, but the difference between the hockey game is there's, 41 of them every year? Like, it loses its luster compared to the 8 home games.
Go to Pittsburgh. Go to Pittsburgh when they knock the Caps out of the playoffs, dude.
I don't remember the record, but we had like the hundreds.
It was 100. Yeah, no.
It was sellouts every single game.
No, I know, but no matter what, the value of 8 home games versus the value of 41 are not the same when it comes to like.
No, there's more to go to.
Right, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They're more. They're more accessible.
Absolutely.
You may go to one Steeler game every 3 years.
But if there was 8 hockey games, Gabe, that you can only go to, it would probably be around the same.
That'd be different. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But Evan, you maybe go one Steeler game every 3 years, where you can go to a Pens game about 2 times a week if you wanted to.
I mean, I've gone to my first Broncos game since seeing the Packers.
I go to one Steeler game
Sunday, and I go to like 10 hockey games a year.
Yeah,
because there's only 8 or 9 of them.
Yeah,
and we have season tickets, but we don't like.
Stupid.
We don't have season tickets, my family, but my dad's work does, so sometimes we get blessed. But
that's really the only big thing happening in hockey right now is that the Red Sox are going to own the Penguins, which is hilarious to me.
I don't like that at all either.
I mean, who comes first? Which city, Boston or Pittsburgh? I mean,
dude,
what happens when Boston meets Pittsburgh? What happens when Boston meets Pittsburgh in the playoffs?
Those are 2 of the best sports cities in America. Like, there's New York and LA, like whatever, bro. But when you're talking,
they're smaller markets. That's why they're better. Damn it!
Like it's bigger.
Green Bay.
It's bigger.
I hate everything Boston too. Everything.
So do I.
And Boston hates everything Pittsburgh.
Other than the Patriots, I'm a closet Boston fan though. Like I
hate
do like the Red Sox. I do.
I hate the Celtics. I hate the.
I
Red
liked
Sox.
the Celtics for a little bit.
I like the Celtics. There's nothing wrong.
I hope they all implode.
I like Brad Stevens. I like everything about the Celtics. I love
Bruins can go fly a fucking kite. I don't give a shit about them. I hate that team.
I never understood that statement because flying kites are fun.
I think they mean like in a storm. Cal.
Yo, actually, no. I have a real question. I have a real question.
Yeah, go higher. No.
You guys know the saying like, "Oh, I screwed the pooch."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very.
Who the fuck came up with that saying?
That's boost bestiality.
No. Genuine question. Like, who just walked into the house one day and said, "Oh man, I really screwed the pooch today." Like,
pooch
where did that come from?
Pooch has to mean something different than dog.
Yeah.
Does it though?
It's like the wife beater instead of white beater shirt.
Just type in screw the pooch.
Who in the world called it a white
origin?
Beater? It's a white beater.
Screw the pooch origin. Might be something sexual. You don't know.
Is everyone gonna like ignore what I just said?
I didn't hear you.
Yeah, it said the wife beater thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole wife beater to white beater. Like it's not a wife beater. It's a white beater. But everyone calls them wife beaters because that's what people wore.
Because normally people in trailer parks wore them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's terrible. Like what the fuck?
No, straight up. This is from dictionary.com, not Urban Dictionary or anything like that. This is dictionary.com. Screw the pooch is a more euphemistic version of the vulgar expression fuck the dog and sell the pups.
That's sick. That's sickening.
People are disgusting.
Cal's petting the dogs right now.
No, I'm itching my foot.
It's the puppies.
I'm itching my Zion.
So going back to going back to at least 1935 with an earlier, more polite version, feed the dog, or meaning to loaf around.
Cole, listen, he's not playing basketball today, but Cole Anthony's on TV tonight.
Interesting. Well, I learned something new today.
Yeah, that's almost something I could have skipped on.
Screwing the pooch and selling the dog?
Yeah, I just.
Who wants to do some bets?
Not me, because I'm definitely losing, I think, almost every bet I made today.
So what bet did I lose last week? Because I had Chaos Williams to win.
You lost the football bet.
Which was?
Steelers Lions over.
Oh,
you bet that?
It was 43 flat.
Yeah.
They got 32.
That was before
overtime.
Ben was out, Cal.
That is true. That is true.
It couldn't have dropped by 7 points.
It had to been at least 3. Probably would have 46 to 43.
My guess would be 3.
Yeah.
So it probably would have dropped to 40. Wouldn't have mattered. That's straight up hilarious. Also. All right, yeah, just as a quick recap while you guys get your bets, because I need to also.
I already have mine.
All right. Yeah, last week I went 1-1. Cal, you went 0-2. Cade 1-1. Evan 1-1, as we just touched on.
Last 4 weeks I went 2-0, 0-2, 2-0, 0-2.
All right, then 2-0 coming this week. Everyone take Cal's bets.
Cade is
Cal, you should have known it was a problem when I said I was looking at your bets last week, and I said that I like all of those.
The Tennessee Titans won by 2 points, and I had them at 2.5.
Yes.
It's tough.
So yeah, that brings my record to 38-50. I finally hit the number 50, which I'm really not happy about. Cal, you are 43-45. Cade, you are 43-45, and Evan, you are 33-55.
Evan.
All about the units, baby. What's up?
I'm going to be honest with you, Ev. I don't know if your 10 losses more than mine is going to catch up in units.
Huh?
You're talking about it's all about units. I don't know if your units would equal the 10 more wins that I have.
Well, I know I've won.
You won that one big one for Hovland.
700 Hovland. I've won 2 plus 440s. And the Makachev one last one was plus 3 something. So I don't know. We'll have to keep track of them next year and really see.
You can have fun. Yeah, have fun.
I'll have to keep track of my own.
It's easy. I mean, it's not that hard.
Right.
Everything's one unit.
Evan literally just said just a minute ago, what was my other bet last week? He can't remember what he betted, let alone the fucking units.
That's true. We're going to have to do a good job of remembering.
That is kind of facts.
Yeah, I'll have to do a better job of remembering.
So the plus 440 would be 4.4 units, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Plus 4, yeah. Plus 4.4. Yeah.
You just move. Yeah, you move a decimal. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, yeah. Whoever wants to go ahead.
Okay, I'm going.
Okay.
See, I also go off mine of my parlay. I don't go off of each individual bet. I'm going off of parlay.
No,
That's what I do.
I've just started doing the same thing.
I just do it off parlays.
Well, then if you're going off parlays, Cal, then your units are extremely low because you haven't gone 2-0 that many times.
I've gone 2-0 a bunch of times. I've gone 2-0 in the last 2 times in the last 4 weeks.
I know, but you definitely have not gone it over half of your wins or you went 2-0.
I went 2-0 a bunch of times. I am taking pods. The couple guys in the pods are gonna like these two. I'm taking the Packers minus 2.5 against the Vikings.
It's a really good number, and I was looking at it. I can't do it though. I can't do it.
Okay, and I'm taking Packers minus 2.5 against the Vikings, and I'm taking the Eagles minus 1.5 against the New Orleans Saints.
I mean, to be honest with you guys, the Eagles are one possession away from being 3-0, and
I was either gonna take that or the over, and I went with the Eagles minus 1.5.
The Packers are 9-1 against the spread this year.
Yeah,
their one loss was week 1. So the Packers are a really good bet for the spread right now. Like currently running, even their second loss to the Chiefs, they did cover.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think I'm ready.
All right. I'll just go really quick then while you lock yours in. I'm taking the Cowboys Chiefs over 56 points.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I want to see a good game between those two because I know that both offenses can score. It just depends on if the Cowboys defense shows up. And then I'm taking Bulls money line for Friday against the Nuggets.
Love it. Are the underdogs right now?
I don't even think I have a line right now. I'm just taking it. It might be minus 200. I don't give a shit.
Motherfucker, bro.
All right, I'm taking the Bungies minus 1.
Kevin Durant only had 2 threes.
Yeah, minus 1 versus the Raiders. Off a bye week, they're gonna get their shit together.
You say minus 1?
Yeah.
Curry had 37 tonight.
Yes. Had 10 threes.
And I'm taking Misha Tate points.
What?
UFC bet. Misha Tate by points.
She's a really good women UFC fighter. Woman.
Plus 190.
Cade, what do you got?
What was your first bet?
The Bungies, minus 1.
I'm taking the
Bengals. They're a half point on Barstool.
Yep, I'm taking the Bengals half point.
Yeah.
I probably just take a minus 1 because Evan and I are doing the same bet.
Well, I was gonna say I'm gonna give one of you two the half. Point,
honestly, you should probably give Evan
me
the half point.
Yeah,
Evan should get the half point because my line
minus
is
half.
better. Evan, I shouldn't be punished because my line's better. Evan should be gifted because my line's better.
You should use the app that gives better lines.
Evan, you guys should.
Honest to God, I tried using it, dude. Its interface is dog shit.
No, the interface is great.
I like FanDuel's layout a little bit.
FanDuel's interface is way better.
No,
I agree.
You only say that. You only say that because you're used to it.
Agreed.
I'm telling you, it's the only reason. It's the only reason.
I've used FanDuel. I've been on FanDuel for an entire year.
The exclusives, the boosts are way better. Way better.
I just hit a boost last night, motherfucker.
Okay, but there's literally 10 boosts a night. Every night. Not just like when something cool happens. It's literally right now, like tonight, there was 10 bet with Barstool, and there was 5 just regular boosts.
Because Maction was on.
Yeah.
Maction was on. I know. I have a current underdog bet going. Dogs are barking. Let's go East Michigan.
Why are the Sixers plus 12 right now?
Because He's not playing.
No, Danny Green. No, Thibault. Nobody.
Are we taking the Jazz minus 12?
I took the Jazz minus 3.5 in a parlay.
I was gonna say I got him at minus 10 earlier.
Ty.
Jesus.
So I did the Bengals minus a half point. So pretty much a pick 'em.
It's a pick 'em, yeah.
Yep. And then I'm going to do the Eagles minus 1.5 as well. I think the Eagles, if they run the ball like they have been, I think they're gonna make a playoff run. Hopefully they don't make the playoffs, but I don't want them to win be in the playoffs. But they will.
There's a chance.
Well, you need them to win 2 more games.
I do need them to win 2 more games. No, 3. I gotta get to
2.5 games. I gotta get a tie.
I gotta get 3 more wins in the next.
Wait, what happens if they get a draw?
It's 6.5.
So that counts. That's a half win.
That's a half win.
That's a half win.
No, you got to get to 7.
Yeah, but if
Oh,
you
you mean a
6 and a
tie?
half,
Oh, you're saying
Yeah.
a
No,
tie.
because
I thought you were saying
no,
tying
dog.
the bet. Yes, yes, I can split the bet. Yes, I can.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying because technically, and this is my favorite thing right now, is the Lions' win-loss percentage
yes.
is where is it? 0.056.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually over a half point.
Yep. That's because there's 17 games.
Yes. Yep. Every other one is normal, like 0.8, 0.7, 0.444.
Steelers are like
repeating.
6.1.610 or something like that.
What are the Steelers? That's
like-
it's just it's awesome. It's a
It's
great
like
thing. I love drawing.
0.610 or some shit like that.
The Steelers are currently 5-3-1, and their win percentage is 0.611.
Oh, 1-1. Damn it, I was close.
That's awesome. Also, the Steelers are fucking 5-3-1 with a negative point differential.
Yeah, and look at our next games. We're not gonna win a game.
The
We're not gonna win a
Steelers
game the
are-
rest of the season.
Guys,
We're not winning the
Steelers are
game
not
the
that
rest
good
of
of a
the
You've been
football
outscored
team.
by 20 fucking points.
The Steelers are not that good of a football team.
We
That's
are
why.
actually a
You take
good
that back
football
right
team.
now.
No, they're not.
Take
Guys,
it
they're
back.
not.
We're all right.
They're very, very average.
For a point
You
of
take it
reference,
back.
the Eagles actually have the exact opposite point differential and are 4-6.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because they have an easier schedule than us,
Okay.
Easiest in the NFL. If I go.
and we
remember
had
back
the
to week
hardest.
one.
Yeah.
And we had the hardest.
Yeah. hmm
Facts.
All right. Anyone got anything else to add?
Hey man, we got a couple neutral opponents, and we beat one of them. You guys didn't, so we'll go from there.
Is that what?
Neutral opponents.
Neutral opponents, not
Who-
outside of your division.
Who's that?
We played.
They beat the
Lions,
Broncos. You
and we
tied.
won.
You tied the Lions.
We both beat the Broncos, but we
Yeah.
beat the Lions. You didn't. Who
Well,
else
we
you guys
didn't
play?
lose to them,
Yeah, but we have a better win percentage, Cal.
but we didn't lose to them.
But you did lose to them. If you
No,
don't
we
beat
did
That's
the
a
not.
Lions,
lot.
you
In
lost to them.
Steelers' eyes, that's a loss.
Nope. Not with Mr. Rudolph as our quarterback,
You mean
and
the QB
without
of the future?
Claypool,
Still a
and without
loss.
Claypool, we had our best offensive linemen get hurt in the second quarter. We had we still don't have
Bro,
Stephon
every
Tuitt back.
every
We
team's
don't-
hurt. Injuries are not an excuse. Every team's hurt.
Says the person who's got a healthy team.
No, the Eagles don't have a healthy team.
Healthy.
We have
There's
two
a
starting
definite
offensive
excuse.
linemen not playing. Done for the season.
Hell.
Dog, I hate everything. Devin Matzinger just got ranked in Diamond 1, which is the highest you can get ranked in Halo multiplayer right now.
When
That's
your
really
quarterback,
dedication.
your starting quarterback is not playing
Is
in
that
a
what you're
game,
playing
it
after
is
this
an
time?
excuse.
Maybe we'll see.
Cade.
Yeah,
When your starting
yeah.
quarterback is not playing in a game, it is an excuse.
Yeah, that's an excuse, but I wouldn't say offensive lineman, like linebacker, it's the NFL. Everyone gets hurt.
Well,
Everyone
our
gets hurt.
quarterback was not hurt.
I don't think the Cardinals are I don't think the Cardinals are saying they lost last week because Kyler Murray's hurt when they won the week before without him. So it's it's the NFL. Like, people get hurt. It's the way it is.
Again, the Packers have one of the best defenses in the league right now and are missing Zadarius Smith, Jair Alexander, three more pass rushers.
But
Kevin
you
King's our
have-
best fucking corner.
Yes, he is.
It's because he's an all-pro
And I've been
corner.
saying it since day one.
He's an all-pro
You
corner.
didn't listen.
Fucking put an ice fucking pick in my eye.
You didn't listen to me, and
Not
I
even
told
really.
you to get behind him, and he will lead you to
He's
the
an
promised
all-pro
land.
corner.
But
All right, that's
you
the
don't
show,
listen.
right?
I'm gonna put a gun to my head.
You don't listen.
See?
My first decree as owner of the Packers is to shoot Kevin King into the sun.
I don't
And
know
on
why.
that
He's the
note-
best. He's
we
so
end
good.
the show.